Hey strangers, so it's actually really late and I just got back from my party at LUSH, which is why I'm wearing this crazy ass onesie. But the reason why I'm filming is because I'm gonna do another battle fresh impression. I really like these battle fresh impressions. My first one though was the beauty blenders. If you guys like this sort of series, please let me know. But I enjoy doing them so. But this one is gonna be against the Rose Face Mask Fresh, as well as the Rosy Cheeks from Lush. So I'm really excited to try this out. I know, like, this one smells amazing. This one I haven't smelled it yet, but really curious on how it's gonna turn out. But first, I gotta get this makeup off. Makeup off because I feel like I've been playing around with so much makeup, and sometimes I admit I'm lazy to kind of wash my face or hydrate it after I wash it. So yeah, I'll be right back. And actually, I'm just gonna be real with you guys and take it off like in front of you guys. So I've been using the micellar water recently. As you can see, it's like going down. So I just shake this up and then I use a cotton pad. Before, I used to use like paper towels and stuff, but I find cotton pads are so gentle on the eyes, which is why I think most people use that. So just kind of wipe it. What I like about cotton pads, I love cotton pads and Netherlast, but what I like about micellar water is that when I wipe off my makeup, I don't have to worry about it like drying out my eyes because it's meant to be a cleanser as well. So I know most masks they prefer for you to use it on clean face, which is why I'm using this, but look at all that gunk. Ich nasty. I'm also going to use another cotton pad just in case I missed out on any other dirt. And I want to make sure that the mask is actually absorbing all that nutrients, you know? And it feels so refreshing. So on a regular basis, I usually use this and then like a couple serums. Okay, so this one, I don't know much about it. Rose face mask, got it for my birthday Sephora for last year in 2016. And I've heard great things about it, but there was one of my coworkers who said that they had a bad experience with this, which is why I kind of want to do a first impression kind of thing. So, ooh. Ooh, it smells really fresh. Hence the name, but look at that. It's like gunky. It kind of looks like syrup and rose petals. So I'm gonna start putting that on. Oh, and it feels so cool. It kind of feels like you're putting some sort of syrup on your face. So I'm gonna put that on. Make sure it covers the whole area. I don't know, with my mask, I don't know if I like this sort of consistency. I kind of want to see whether or not I'm covering my whole face with it. But I know Fresh has like a really, really high reputation in terms of like um, effects and ingredients. And I can actually, it looks like a rose jam sort of thing. And sorry if I'm putting it kind of messy, but it is a messy mask. Now I threw the box away, but it says here on the instructions to apply it to cleanse moist skin, avoiding the eyes area. Leave on for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you rinse with water. And you can use it daily too, since it is made with like super super calming ingredients. Next one I'm gonna use is gonna be the Rosy Cheeks. Now, Rosy Cheeks, what I usually tell people is that it's made with rose water and rose oil, and there is a little bit of like calamine in here, so it's really good for taking away any redness. If you're looking for something to balance your skin and you have sensitive skin, this is perfect. And it smells amazing. It's like one of our most luxurious masks. So I'm kind of excited to try this out. Oh, and I just placed it in the fridge, so it's gonna be super cooling. Yes. And I feel like because there's kaolin clay in here, it's gonna be really good in terms of like taking away just the right amount of oil. So I'm just gonna do this. This is probably gonna be my thumbnail right here, half face. Now I know for mask, I've been eyeing this for so long. The reason why I haven't gotten it is because one, it's always sold out. Two, I never got around to like using up all my masks to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta restock and get a new mask, because I do have a lot of what is that, sheet masks, but this smells so good. Like, I wish there was a lotion or something that was in this scent. And for this one too, like for all the fresh face masks that's at Lush, you can also use this like every other day, I find. So usually I put my hair up, but because I am washing my hair later, I'm gonna put this on, get that eyebrow game. Ooh, yes. It smells really good. I can like freaking, I wish there was like a perfume in this scent. So as you can see, the consistency is a lot thicker and creamier than the other one. And it says here it's a great rose clay mask to soothe skin. So that's that. So now I'm gonna leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, or wait until this dries up, and then I'll get back to you guys on what I think about the effects while I'm leaving it on. You know that feeling when you take out a mask, like a sheet mask, and then there's that dewy feel? So it kind of feels like I had a sheet mask on here. Throughout the drying process, I felt like the dewiness made my, like, any sort of air bubbles or any spots that I may have missed kind of itchy, but it was nice and cooling. The only thing though is that I'm so used to of like liquid mask giving me a dry effect like this one, but cool sensation. I'm gonna see how it's gonna feel like after I rinse it off. This one on the other hand, oh, it feels great. Like, I love the firming effect that's coming from the Kellen clay, and I'm really excited to see the results from the two. They both smell very similar though, I have to say. One thing that I learned about the Fresh mask is that there's about, in a full-size pot, there's about 2.5 crushed roses. There's also green tea in there, which is really cool, and there's algae. So I think algae is derived from seaweed. I might be wrong, don't kill me if I'm wrong, but overall I think this is a really nice mask in terms of like, if you're looking for a refreshing mask that you can leave in and then rinse off. You know how like a hair mask, you wouldn't necessarily want it to dry out and feel crusty. You just want it to retain moisture, so that's what I feel with this. Whereas this one, I feel like because it is made out of clay, it's going to give me some sort of exfoliation when I rub it off. So I'm going to go take a shower, come back with my verdict and what the pros and cons are for each of them. So I'll be right back. I can't even wink because it's like dry, so this looks so creepy. So my final verdict is oh snap, I didn't wipe it off. Looking at it, I feel like they both look the same. It doesn't look like I used two different masks, right? This one, I mean, okay, so Rosy Cheeks, I have to admit, it is very smooth. Must I say, the smell is amazing, both of them. They smell really good in the shower. I didn't want to even put like any sort of shampoo on because I love that rose smell in my nostrils. I was like, yes. And especially with like the steam of the water, it felt great. So I have to say, this one is smooth, but it is a little bit more drying than the Fresh mask, just because the Fresh one, obviously there was no Kellen clay to absorb any sort of oil. But in comparison to other masks I've tried from Lush, I feel like this one, it really does balance it out. Like, it's not as oily anymore, it's not too dewy, you know what I mean? So it does do what it stated. It is soft. When I wiped it off, it came off very easily. Probably one of the easiest Lush masks I've ever put on my face. I have yet to try another one that I think is going to be easy to take off as well. But this one just felt great. It's nice and smooth. This one feels dewy. It feels like I don't even have to put any sort of serum on it. But this one I probably will, but you know, just for review purposes. And I feel like, okay, so now pros and cons. The pro about the Fresh face mask is that, one, it doesn't feel drying afterwards. So if you have overly sensitive skin, do try it out. A pro about Rosy Cheeks is that I find that, one, it's, you know for sure it's like made out of fresh ingredients. It smells great. It does make your skin feel balanced. The only con I have for Lush is that you have to put it in the fridge and it doesn't last that long. because it is super fresh. It only lasts for about 3 weeks shelf life in the fridge, so you have to make sure that you do put it in the fridge. Whereas the fresh one, you don't have to put it in the fridge from what I read online. I'm pretty sure you can, but you don't have to. And a con for the fresh is that you see the chopped up roses in the mask itself, but when you actually scoop it up and put it on, I feel like I don't really get any rose petals on my skin. I wish I could, but I feel like all the rose shreds are at the bottom. So once I'm at the lowest of the pot, I'm sure I'll get some more roses, so when it does dry up, it might give me some more moisture and some sort of exfoliation, because I do like my mask with a little bit of exfoliation. Another con about the fresh is obviously the price of it. With, I'm guessing, more expensive ingredients or something, it costs that much. Now, would I choose fresh over rosy cheeks? Probably not, because I'm pretty cheap. I want something that's good for my, like, that's good in value and as well as reason. So I find like you can easily get the rosy cheeks and still get the same effect of the fresh. It's just that the rosy cheeks, I find, just balances. It doesn't give you extra moisture, whereas the fresh one does give you extra moisture. Because even if you look up close, you can tell there's really no gloss there, but on this side, it's a little bit more glossy. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, but see that? It's like shine, but this one, it's kind of mattified. So, I mean, both of them are really great. Would I repurchase Rosy Cheeks? For sure I would, because it's one of the top-notch masks at Lush. I'm not being biased, I'm just stating my opinion. Whereas the Fresh, I don't know, for the price of it, I think it was like 72 something. I'll write the actual price below, but I can't really see myself coughing up that much money for something that I can easily get with a cheaper product. Do you guys know what I'm saying? But do give those a try. I mean, if you guys chose the Fresh face mask as your birthday gift in the last year, kudos. Or if you order online, I'm sure you can choose it as a sort of sample. It's worth to try, but not really worth to buy in my opinion. Whereas the Rosy Cheeks, you can't go wrong with like something that's much cheaper than the Fresh face mask. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed my fresh impression. I'm really happy to do these, even though it's like almost 3 a.m. It's all good to me. I'm home alone anyways, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in a later video. Also, if you guys have any suggestions, don't be afraid to comment down below, because, you know, I get a little lonely down there, so just comment whenever you can if you guys want to see any sort of product review or anything, and whenever I stumble across it, maybe I'll snag it up and do it for you. Okay, have a good night, guys.